Hello everybody, Married to Katie K here, and I am coming to you raw. Completely and purely raw. Just woken up, did all of my showering and cleansing and washing my face and all that good stuff. Just slicked my real hair back in a bun. Coming to you completely me. Oh, are you freaked out? No makeup. No, you shouldn't be. I take great care of my skin and I'm okay with me. Now, so funny, this weekend was a very busy weekend and a lot of driving time for me and my husband, during which we get to talk. And I like the talks for the most part. The parts that I do not like is when he gives it to me real and raw, and nobody likes to be on the opposite side, the receiving end of what old folks will call a come to Jesus meeting. You don't like that, but you know what? It's necessary. It's necessary for growth. It's necessary to grow up in Him meaning God. It's necessary to grow up to be a better you, and I appreciate Him for that. It's nice to be married to somebody who wants you to be better. And as a spouse, you know, as a wife, ladies, you need to give that to your husband in return, not in the form of nagging, but I digress. So upon talking, it ended up going to me just getting extra frustrated again, and I have been extremely frustrated. When I tell you guys why I was upset, you're gonna be like, Married to Katie K, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. How dare you be upset for something so dumb? But basically, I was upset because we're getting ready to go on a vacation, and going on that vacation, we went on a similar vacation a couple of years ago, and I promised myself, so I thought I did, that when I came back to do another vacation like we're about to go on, that I would look different on the vacation. You know, I would not be this big. I would, you know, be more confident, you know, be more assured of myself. You know, I would just be a better me, healthier me. And I'm not physically. And honestly, when I was going through self-assessing myself, because I'm my harshest critic, you know, I didn't think I was in any area, any capacity. I just was like, I'm just not it. So I came to a realization actually a couple of days ago, and I was like, you know, I am tripping right now. I can't be mad at him for wanting to go on vacation. How stupid is that? And it's not his fault. That makes any sense. You know, me and my sickness is not his fault. It's not my fault. Me trying, you know, I do try. I don't want you guys to sit here and think, you know, my Thick by 30 journey, I don't talk about it much anymore because I'm doing something different, and I'm just got tired of putting it out there and feeling like a failure. So I will be having some updates coming up soon, but this is not that video. But anyways, so in all of that, I just started to think about, you know, okay, well, but I'm better. That makes any sense. I'm not here, but I'm not here either. So I'm coming up, and you know, I'm somewhere close to the middle, and I should be okay with that. I can't keep rising up and then looking down and being like, well, I ain't this, you know, and looking up and being like, well, I still ain't there. You cannot do that. And it's so funny, to a point where I was kind of coveting myself. Coveting it itself is horrible, but coveting myself, you know, I can't be mad. I look at pictures of us when we first got married, and I'm like, ugh, you know, I wish I was that way, but I don't, because I wasn't a good wife. I wasn't a good wife when we first got married. So I don't want to be her again. I like being on the other side of freedom in Him. And I have been talking about that via my social networking sites, and I've just been a lot of the stuff I put out and preaching to myself. So, my husband gave me a homework assignment because he was telling me that you are better than this. You know, you may not be where you want to be physically, but you can't control you can't control your sickness, you can't control your illness, and there are things that you can do, but you're still learning. So you're more educated than you were on what's going on with your body, and you are making changes. People are telling you that they see the changes in you, not just physically, but also emotionally, and they see the different strengths popping out in you, and you need to see that too. You don't ever acknowledge that. And so he was like, so as your husband, I'm telling you that you are going to start looking in the mirror every single day, and you are going to tell yourself something great about yourself. I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. Who's not doing that is me. And he was like, well, you're going to do it. And I said, yes, sir, because he is my husband, and I will do what he tells me to do. He has never led me in a wrong direction. So today was my first day doing it. So I come in here like this, you know, ready to give myself the basics. You know, well, okay, yeah, pretty eyes. You have pretty lips. You do makeup really well. I really like this new eyebrow arch you have going on. You know, I'm just being really superficial with myself. And then all of a sudden, it turned into something wonderful. Just a nice experience to really look at me, the good and the bad, and to have a great time with the Lord, a great prayer and worship, and just say, God, help me. You know, I ended it with, God, show me who I am, good and bad, and help me, teach me ways, show me how to enhance the good, to make it great. And God, you take over and you demolish the bad in me and grow me up in you in Jesus' name. And it was just a phenomenal experience. And I know you guys are like, oh, why is she saying all this? I'm saying all this because I wanted to start incorporating the challenge of the month. I was actually going to keep it mostly fitness, but I figured we're going to start with this because I know I cannot be the only one who doesn't look in the mirror and see herself for who she really is. It's so funny because people compliment me on my confidence all the time. And they always tell me, you're so confident, and they don't understand, you know, I am. You know, there are times when I'm just like, you know, I got it going on. But there are other times when I'm just like, you know, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And it's nothing even that serious, if that makes any sense. It's not like something detrimental where I should just really be going off of myself like this. I know better. And this homework assignment that my husband gave me was a very hard one to do. And honestly, I'm saying doing filming this the first day, but I know tomorrow morning it's going to be hard again. But you have to get used to speaking life. And I've been listening to G. Craig Lewis, the same guy who preached a sermon that I was listening to in one of my makeup tutorials. And he has been talking about tongue talking and the power of the tongue. You know, people they hear that scripture, Proverbs 18 and 21, I believe. Life and death lie in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And you think about fruit. You know, what your tongue is a hand. And so what you speak, it molds it. And I've got to do better with how I talk to me. I'm great at encouraging others. I really am. Meet people that know me. I can get some people in here to give my testimonials. You know, she encouraged me. I am awesome at that. But I've got to do that same thing, that same great work. I've got to give those words to myself and help me to be a better me. So that is my goal for the next month. And that is my what I'm giving to you guys. So this video is going to be going live. Me and my husband are already gone on our vacation, and you'll hear more about that soon. But I'm going to schedule this video to go live on October 31st, 2012. Actually, I'm going to schedule this to go live on October 30th, 2012. And this will be the challenge for the entire month of November. So before we get into physical fitness challenges or any kind of challenges, you know, this first monthly challenge for the month of November is going to be you encouraging yourself. You looking in the mirror every day like my husband's making me do. So you got to do it too. But no, sincerely, seriously, looking in the mirror every day, every morning. You know, you start your time off with the Lord, get yourself all cleaned up, and you look in the mirror and you tell yourself who you are in Him. And if you do not know who you are, if you have nothing good to say about yourself, I'm gonna leave some scriptures below. And so you start with that. You start with who God says you are. Because if you ladies, if you're single, you can't really love your husband until you love yourself. And ladies, if you are married, you can't love your husband until you love yourself. You can't fully love your children until you love you. So that is what I'm going to do. And once again, like I said, if you don't know what to say, then look below. I will have some scriptures for you. And that's what you start with. You start with who God says you are. Because His word is true. And He knows who you are. He's already said it. His book has already been written. The instructions that He's given us have worked for many generations before you. And if the world's still spinning when we leave here, they'll just keep on working, okay? So you start with that if you have nothing great to say about yourself. And go forward. You'll be surprised what happens. I was really surprised this morning, and I'm just so thankful to my husband for giving me that homework assignment. And again, I say this knowing that tomorrow will be hard, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen on the other side of this. Another thing I would recommend during this time is that Bible study that I have been doing, Your Strengths. And I will put a link below to the 2 videos I have talking about that book. It's a Woman of Faith Bible devotional, and it has really been having me to look at me more than just certain areas, you know, realizing I have strengths in more than just one area. I have more than just domestic strength, being a professional homemaker. I have strengths in intellectual strengths. You know, I have professional strengths, stuff that I never thought deemed important until I went and looked and started doing that Bible study. So I'll put a link to the 2 videos I have talking about that below. And so that is the homework assignment. Now, wives, if you are a married woman, married, not somebody who is living with their boyfriend or baby daddy. I mean, if you are a wife, and I only say that because there's power in that title. So you don't want to be a wifey. You need to be a wife, a married wife. I will also, if I can find it, I will put a link below to a 30-day encouragement for you to encourage your husband. Not for you to email to your husband and say, I'm doing this for me, so you're going to do it. You know, I'm doing this for you, so you're going to do it for me, because that's not what I know. What you do is you do it and expect nothing in return. That is your job, ladies, you know, to honor your husband, and you speak life over your situation. So if you don't have anything good to say about that man every day, I'm going to put this link below, okay? And just do it. It's 30 days. It's a PDF, so you can download it and print it out and keep it with you every single day. Download it to your smartphone, kind of scroll through it, and every single day it gives you something to do to encourage your husband. And it's really, really awesome. So I'll put that below as well. And ladies, again, wives, do it without expecting anything in return. This is not one of those, well, this is not one of the checklist things. I did this, so you go on to his side, now you do this. It's not what this is. This is you taking your own homework assignment, your own challenge of the month, and you're going to broaden it. And you're not only going to encourage yourself every day, but you're going to encourage the man that you married. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you, and I cannot wait to hear about the challenge of the month and how you felt doing this, what you think about doing this, you know, your fears or anything. You know, comment below. I cannot wait to have a great dialogue with you about this challenge. So I will see you guys in the next video, which I'm going to have this scheduled for October 30th. So the next video will come up tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.